Aloha, everybody. We're going to talk to you today about a choice that you're going to have to want to make. Okay? No matter if you like it or not, you will have to take the choice, the red pill or the blue pill. It's up to you to choose at this time right now, and choose well. So, the number one choice, of course, is what I call the red pill, and that's staying in your same patterns of living, doing the same things you've been doing over and over and over again. And as you've noticed, and you know this, you don't think you know that what you're doing is not optimal. And in time, you will have to choose a treatment for a sickness that you will get. Everybody does. Remember, it's either depression, obesity. Remember, everybody's in this country. 30% of the population is obese. 80% is 15 pounds plus overweight. Okay? Autism, Crohn's disease, cancers, all these things. These are all these diseases that you will have to figure out how to treat. And the Western system will go ahead and tell you three ways. One is to cut it out. Two is to burn it out with chemotherapy. And three is to take poisons or certain what we call medications. Or, remember, you're starting a fight with yourself deeply. Okay, you're starting World War III with everything inside you, taking these routes. And of course, some of the times, well, these routes are valid. But until you actually see that you could change your ways right now, because you will have to choose a disease in the future. Which disease do you want to have? And or which disease is creeping up on you at this time right now because of the unconscious layer of living that you're doing. Eating poisons, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, okay? Not having the right liquids that you're putting in your system, the minerals, having nutritional food, exercising, growing yourself to another layer. Now, like I said, choose well. Either the red pill at this time, stay where you're at, or take the blue pill. Learn terrain modification. This is your gateway to optimal health and advanced awareness. Okay? And advanced awareness means you become more aware of becoming more aware of becoming more aware. You're sidetracking or negotiating a lot of these booby traps that are in our world. And there's thousands of them. All you can do is take one at a time and negotiate it. Okay? Or take the red pill again, keep doing what you're doing, and you know what you're doing is not correct and or optimal. Take your clothes off, look at yourself, and think, do I have the toxicity level that I want to have? Do I have the amount, because that's what body fat is. It's a level of toxicity. It's a level of what we'd call, well, accumulation. Remember, yeast, mold, and fungus feed off of sugar, candida, all these different types of very small organisms that we look at ourselves and we call the stuff fat. Okay, it's a live creature. Remember, terrain modification is very simple. It's taking the blue pill. It's learning how to optimize everything. And what does that mean? You're going to live not a natural life. You're going to live a supernatural life. This is one of the biggest and best kept secrets that you could really stumble upon, is to be able to learn how to take care of yourself and learn how to deaccumulate the ways that have accumulated on everybody a little bit at a time, creeping up a little bit at a time. So it's very simple in this world, okay, to get toxic. And if you live in the city, it's not that you're not toxic. Oh, yes, you are. It's just what level of toxicity is going to give you the disease. Remember, all these different diseases are usually because we're demineralized, we're toxic, we're not following a supernatural type lifestyle. Why? Because we live in a super toxic world. Yes, we do. From 3,000 nuclear bombs, atom bombs going off in the stratosphere all over the planet, okay, to GMOs, to having foods right now that only are born with three minerals, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Do you think that eating three minerals is going to suffice you keeping your machine in top shape? No. And I'm not being arrogant here. I've lost 40 pounds of baggage on my body. And of course, 40 pounds of baggage in my mind too. If you take the blue pill, you will go through turbulence. Okay? Change is definitely turbulent. Now, if you stay on the same path you're doing right now, keep on doing the standard American diet. Okay? Keep on taking showers without a shower dechlorinator. Keep on using detergents and all different types of perfumes that are just chemically based. Go ahead. Keep eating all different types of foods that are sterile, GMOs. You are what you eat, drink, think, sleep, and do. So terrain modification is actually looking at all these different departments, from sun gazing. Don't look in the sun. It's not good for you. I show you different ways to be able to actually do some of the ancient techniques of sun gazing. I've had lots of people send me emails and say, since I've started sun gazing, I've lost my fine vision. Of course you have. The sun is going through magnetic repolarization right now, and it's very strong. It's going through solar maximum. And that's why you don't want to look at the sun right now. Okay, it's very powerful. Now, make the choice. Do you want to stay in the world that you're in right now? And in time, you will have to choose a sickness, and or you will get one if you don't choose it. Okay, meaning choose a sickness. Look in a book that has diseases, and choose the one that you think you're going to suffer the least with. Okay, let me tell you, all these diseases, when they're treated with cutting, burning, and poisoning, once you get them, you look at the survival rates of 5 years. I'm not laughing for nothing because it's a joke. They only tell you 2-year survival rates. Remember, if you're smart, what do? You take care of yourself now. Change your ways, even if you don't know what to do. That's why we have Earther Academy. Okay, it's a private student school where we share different types of holistic ideas on how to really navigate this world and take care of ourselves. And once we take care of ourselves, what do? We start to actually get more aware. We start to get what money can't buy, which is awareness, is to be able to see, feel, hear, and touch further than you could previously. Can only actually be experienced. It cannot be talked about. And once you get this awareness, once you get this expansion of what your eyes actually, well, what your eyes can see, will be dependent totally on the foods you eat. Okay, your eyes see things the same. Okay, when you're 3 years old versus you're 30 years old, but it's the consciousness, the awareness that lets you see different. So if you're tired of seeing what you're seeing and you see the world is pretty insane, it just means you're waking up to another layer, and most likely you're a perfect candidate to want to take care of the body, which is your temple, which is the way we all navigate in the third dimension. You must have a body to play here, and this machine here does thrive on certain things, and it falls apart with others. So choose well. Red pill, stay where you're at, or the blue pill. Tank, load the jump program. Where are you going? You don't know. Are you going to have turbulence, like I said? Oh, yes, you are. Why? Your body goes through, and your mind goes through what I call molts, just like a snake does. It loses its skin, okay, and it becomes anew again. This is the deaccumulation protocol. This is what happens. When you do have these turbulences, work through them. Okay, don't go back to your old ways. Don't go back to poisoning yourself, and don't go back to not treating yourself with joy and love. And joy and love, when you treat yourself, do nothing more than mere reflection how you treat everyone else. The only way that can happen, though, remember, is for you to be clear in the mind. And clear in the mind means not to toxify yourself with heavy metals and certain plastics and different things that is, in everything that is conventional and or commercial. It's a fine line on how we want to live nowadays. Convenience, which most likely will poison you, or do you want to live supernatural, which, of course, is the way that I've found to be the best way to live my life. It has changed everything and everything about me, who I was, and how I feel, and I'm just totally connected with nature. See, once you change your your body and your mind to a higher frequency, to a less dense food and diet, and remove a lot of different types of things in our bodies that do nothing but accumulate us, then you'll feel the subtle body. The subtle body is another energy that is in all of us. Most of us, it's just cut out because we're not really vibrating at a layer that would give us. It's like being in shortwave versus FM on a radio station or AM. Most people are on AM. You want to jump up to FM? And if you're in FM, how would you like to jump up to shortwave? They're different channels. See, once you get into the higher levels, like I said, of energy, then you see nature as a miraculous event because everything in nature is living in the present. Humans are the only thing that actually live in the past, the present, and the future. And most of us are living in the past, or we're trying to chase the future. And we're never happy because we never get there. So learning a lot of these different techniques will ground you, will make you feel that what you're doing in your life has purpose. And that's what we're all trying to figure out, isn't it? Is to have purpose. And purpose, of course, would be really a sin not to have it in your life and or not to be connected to nature. So once you stop eating animals, once you stop eating dense foods or toxic foods, your connection to nature actually opens up. You'll see. And if you think that just because you're eating meat right now that you need it, remember it's the parasites inside you that actually are telling you that you like that. Okay, take away all the spices and everything else. Meat doesn't taste like you think it does. Teriyaki chicken's not teriyaki chicken, and all the different types of spices they put on everything. Why? It's because that's what you like. Okay? Once you raise an animal, bird, okay, fish, once you raise cattle, pigs, goats, take care of them when they're sick, and then see if you can kill them. See if you can sacrifice them. For what? So you can have some flesh, some blood. Okay, really. Once you lose these blood parasites out of your system, you look at the supermarket section of meat is called the morgue. It took me a while. Remember, I used to eat 2 pounds of meat a day. I had massive parasites inside me that came out. Okay, massive. I bagged them all. I had like 60 nematodes come out of me. I had big pieces over a foot long of different types of tapeworms that came out of me. And I put them all in bags to show everybody, guys, if they're in me, they're in you. Guarantee you. So, change your ways. I would advise you to take the blue pill. And if not, maybe the parasites that live inside you don't want change. Have you ever thought of that? Wouldn't it be purposeful for you to be optimal in health and to accumulate more awareness? Accumulate awareness instead of accumulate toxicity. Accumulate drama. Accumulate things that won't serve you. Okay, take the red pill or the blue pill. I dare you to either stay where you're at or take the jump and come up to the layers of optimal health, and I said, advanced awareness, which cannot be talked about. Okay, aloha, and we'll see you next time. This is a quick addendum to the red pill versus the blue pill. The symbology that we're using is similar to the Matrix. You're going from one world to another, and you're only going to go to that world, just like Morpheus asked Neo, would you like to see the truth? Remember, I'm only going to tell you the truth. So the symbology we're using is just more logical symbology because I use the red pill versus the blue pill. I like that. You have to, really, to take this new world, you have to go ahead and actually swallow a lot. So taking the blue pill would mean that you would want to rise up to the next energy level because blue is much higher in the light spectrum as far as power than red is. So that's why we use the red pill versus the blue pill, and red being, if you're happy where you're at, then stay where you're at. And if you feel that you'd like to take the jump, then take the blue pill. Remember, we're only going to tell you the truth. You may not like it, but it's the truth. All right, so if you're ready to swallow the red pill, then swallow the red pill and stay where you're at. And if you're ready to swallow the blue pill, then you may have to optimize a lot of things in your life only because you didn't know any better. And that would mean that you possibly may have to relearn a lot of things, which is really good because life will be very exciting. Okay, I took the blue pill and it was the best thing I ever did. And now all I can do is share with people. If you're ready to change your life, it's only because you're ready. And if you're not ready to change your life, then you're not ready. So if you're ready, I dare you to take the blue pill. All right, we'll see you at Earther Academy. And like I said, if you want to upgrade your life, the best way to upgrade them is go to Earthshift Products. And we've got everything under one roof for you to really start out your program and work your way towards a supernatural lifestyle. Okay? Aloha.
Important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.